question there. Someone asking about the price of this table. You can find this table in the link on my homepage on TikTok if you want more info on it. When are you getting the new balls? Don't know yet. No rush. Sure I will eventually. Alright. Just gonna have a little practice. It's been a fair few days since I last played. Thursday was the last time I played, so maybe do a few drills before we start. I'll read that comment in a second on YouTube. Just give me a sec. Ugh, horrendous. Try that again. Nope. Alright. Alright, good luck, mate. I would love. Nice one, Ash. Yeah, if you're ever at an event I'm at or anything like that, then be sure to check. Let's go and give me a go. Always up for playing anyone, really. Should be doing some more drills first, but we're just gonna get straight into it. Nice one, mate. If you're ever in Southampton, give me a shout. That's where I am. Alright, we'll do a little practice frame first. First clearance of the week. What colour would you go here though, reds or yellows? Write it in the chat. It's not really a 50-50, but you could argue either. Everyone's saying reds. The only issue with reds is getting on that red down there could become like difficult because of where these yellows are. So say Like, what ball do you get on that red from? And you ideally have it as your last red, but do you want to try and get from one of these 6 to that with these 5 yellows in the way? Easier said than done. With yellows, I actually don't hate yellows at all. I think based on where this red is, a lot of people will go yellows here. They don't look great in this position here, but if first shot, you can go from this one to there, play that one, land there, play this one, and then get back up to here. This goes, and if you've got a small angle on it, you could potentially top through to that yellow, just nudge it. Leave the cue ball there for that yellow into the middle, assuming that goes. Yeah, just about goes in that middle, which leaves you there for the yellow in there. This yellow will be here. You finish on that yellow, and then you get from there to the black. So I think I'm going to go yellows. I'm not confident with either, mainly because I haven't hit a ball in 4 days. But we'll give yellows a go and try and get that pattern that I just said. This first shot could be the hardest one of the lot. Okay, so again, I'm just trying to get from this ball. If I top through to there, I've got this ball here. I could choose to go this way if I want to, play that one from there. Or again, I can try and get onto it from here and land here. Which do I prefer? I don't know what I prefer. I think this red tells me I prefer the first way. Actually, one sec. Not really a super easy way to get on this yellow the way that I want to. Might have to leave the gap. I have to leave the cue ball there. Anyway. So I can't just screw back, because if I screw back I'm here and the angle on that yellow would be bad. I could top forward to there, but if I misjudge the top spin, I'm not on that yellow. I think I like trying to go off the cushion and maybe using this red as a guide. Nudge that red. That should lead me dead straight on that. I can go through the gap actually and try and land there, would be great. So I'm just a bit straighter on this red than I would have been if I'd left the cue ball there. So now all I've got to do, just roll this in, nudge that yellow, allow it to be able to be potted into there and there, play this yellow next and then go from there. This is the hardest one of the lot though. Okay, so not the end of the world, but I'm not on this now because I'm on this. I can go this one to there, this one to where that yellow is, play that one last, top spin through to here, play black in that corner. Maybe a half inch too far. Half an inch too far there. Not ideal. 2 options, play that with loads of top right, come back to here, land on that. Probably the safer option, because I've only got half a pocket with this yellow, is to roll through to there and leave this yellow into there. I don't like playing this yellow at pace because again I've got half the pocket to aim for. Now it's dead straight. Don't need to do anything with the cue ball though. Leave it there, black same pocket. What is that song that I'm hearing? Sounds tragic. That put me right off. Let me change that. 1 sec. Sounds awful. Sorry, it's a new playlist, so that massively put me off, that song. Anyway, is your table slate? Yes. 7 foot by 4 foot English Open table, slate bottom table. If you're someone who wants to play the game seriously, then get yourself a slate bed table if you're going to get yourself any type of table. Problem with MDF based tables, yes they're cheaper, You can't really recloth them. Once they go, they go. Thanks so much, Newman. Appreciate that, mate. All right, let's try and get some clearances. I'll be talking through what I'm thinking, because I want to get some short form videos out of this live stream. So let's go. I mean, it's a dry break, but yeah, write down what you would go for here, reds or yellows. Write your colour in the chat. So why I wouldn't go, I mean, they're both difficult, but why you wouldn't go reds, this red doesn't go past this yellow, even if you play it off the cushion, and then this red's going to be difficult, and that red's going to be difficult. So if I could play red off yellow and pop that red in that corner, I'd go reds here, but I think with yellows, if I make that first shot, it's not easy at all. I just need to get to there. If I can get to there, I could play this. It's not going to be an easy finish. I'm just going to try and wing it, but let's see. Yeah, I didn't like that angle at all. Now I've got to come up with a good shot. If I move this red though, if I make this, I'm naturally going to be moving this red, which is good because I'll be opening up this middle pocket for a double on this yellow. Probably in 1 or 2 shots time. Just need to make this pot. So that's not the end of the world, not worried about that. The main thing is, am I on the double now, which I am. I'm on that. I'm not too worried about these two because that plants. Could become a problem if I hit that and it pots the yellow and then gets stuck behind the red. So I kind of have to play this where that yellow goes into the cushion, hits the red, moves it, and then pots the yellow, because otherwise I'm not going to have a shot on that. It's whether I play this now. I think I have to. And then I'll likely play, trying to get through the gap to there, and I'll play the plant after that. Okay. So again, just got to be careful with this one. Looks easy, but I don't want to miss the red. I want to hit that yellow, basically, into the cushion there. It's going to hit the red, move it, and then the yellow is going to stay in the drawers. The cue ball is going to come out actually into a good spot where I'll have a choice of these two. Maybe not. Yeah, no. I'm kind of, cue ball's kind of going there, there, and then here, so I should have a shot on this yellow next. That's where I'm aiming. It's a bit fortunate, but I've cleared that yellow and the red away from the yellow, which is good. The problem is I've got to play this at pace, and that's going to rattle if I whack that. It's not a very forgiving pocket, because I need to basically play it at power, try and hit this red. But I've got a feeling I'm going to miss that if I play at the speed I need to. So the alternative, I don't really have an alternative. I kind of have to try and pot it at speed. If I land there, I'm on that, but then, so I could screw back to here, play it soft, land on this, but then I don't like the angle for that. I'm going off this cushion into the red and I won't be leaving a shot there. So got to play this with power. Got to try and aim to get to where this red is, basically, have a choice of the two. Very missable on a Supreme. Wow. Okay, I'll take that. Did not expect that at all. So now the finish is that one to there, that one gets me there, and then the black goes there. we playing in the UK Open 9-ball Championships? Don't know. Haven't heard anything, so I assume not. Last year I was a wild card, so I doubt, if I haven't heard anything by now, I'm assuming I'm not going to be. So would be good. Haven't really played any 9-ball in, God, last time I played 9-ball was December, so it wouldn't be a great showing for me, but I'd try and get as much practice in if I were invited. Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, my cue is carbon. I have 2 carbon fibre cues, both pretty much identical. This one I use for English pool, this one I use for American pool and breaking in English pool. Dimensions on this one, or the specs, 57 inches, 18.5 or 18 ounces, 8.5 mil tip, Go Pulse medium tip. With this one, same tip, but it's 11.8 mil. The weight is 19 or 18 and a half. I know it's half an ounce heavier than this one. And then the length is 58 inches. And then what else? That's it. And they've both got my logo engraved on them, so they're really cool. If you wanna see them, check them out on my bio. They're on the link tree in my bio. Sorry. All right. Let's go again. Have a dry break. Fantastic. All right, what would you do here, reds or yellows? Again, all the information on pricing of the cue can be found in my bio. All right, well, we can't really go yellows here because I don't have a yellow to go for. Reds are going to be super tough because I've got this, I think it cuts just, but the cue ball is going to hit this cushion, it's going to move this red, which would be good, but then the cue ball's probably going to come over here somewhere, it could easily go in off, could go back to where it is right now. I'm not guaranteed a shot from this red, so I'm just making sure of the plot here and nothing else really. Wow, hit that thinner than you like. Right. Any other questions, feel free to ask. Best time to ask questions is when I'm racking the balls, because then I can look. Yeah, so for there, that was just a difficult finish all round because of the first shot. If you make the first ball, you probably lead away. But do I follow football? Yeah, I do. I wouldn't say I'm a die-hard football fan now. I'm originally from Aldershot, so that's my team in the National League. But I live in Southampton, so you kind of get involved with whenever the Saints are playing and all that kind of stuff. All right, write in the chat, what would you go for, reds or yellows? This is one that I really want to get. So I think you would go yellows. Hold your questions for now. One sec. Huh? Nice one, Paul. Cheers. All right. So I'm going to be trying to get a video out of this, so just bear with me. All right. So looking at the layout here, you could probably go for either. You probably wouldn't go for reds though. The red doesn't pass this red into the corner, so it's very difficult to land on. The black doesn't really go anywhere unless you, say, land in a gap like this. It might go into here, or if you land here, then you could put it up here. But the yellows are much more out in the open. I like how this one's kind of covering this pocket. I can use it first shot if I want to get into a better position to try and maybe play that next or this. So that's likely going to be my first ball. With yellows, I'm going to try at some point to get to this position. It is quite difficult based on where the black is, but if I can play that and then land here to play this. Worst case scenario though, I'll land here and play this yellow cushion first off the red and in. It's just when do I play that? That's the question. So yeah, first shot, play this, 2 cushions, left hand side, swing around, hit there, land here, ideally for this ball into the corner. So from there, I'm going to be playing this one, roll through to here. To play this one into the cushion off the red and in. If I leave myself here, I've got a shot on that one next and get rid of my bad ball. So that's where I want to be for this ball. Not good enough. So I want it to be about an inch further forward than I was there. But I can play this one still into the cushion off the red and in, hit the cushion and come back to roughly where I am now. It'll be a difficult shot on this yellow. I might take it to the corner, but I'll at least have a shot on it. That's not good. Got a choice. I can try and cut that and get myself to there. It's not going to leave a good angle on that. But the thing I don't want to do is move this yellow because it's perfect. I think I'm going to leave that for now. So obviously, I'll just keep talking as if basically this is a short form video, by the way. So the issue I have here is I could play this one into the middle and try and get into a position like this. The issue is I might not be leaving myself a great angle on this yellow, where I could be then running into these reds, which wouldn't be good. Also, if I hit that and that hits that yellow and goes in and moves that yellow to there, that's no good either. So I think the best option is play that yellow into the back. Hang on. So I think the best option is play this yellow into that corner, screw off this cushion and back up to the middle of the table to play this one. And from there, I'll look for a finish between these 2 balls. Wow, did not think I'd be going towards the black there at all. Did not see that at all. That yellow doesn't go in that corner. It does, but like in this half pocket. All right, so obviously the angle there, I didn't think I was going to be coming into. Right, so the angle there, I didn't think I was going to be going towards the black, but obviously I was. I've got 2 choices. I could play this one into there, try and go into these reds and hold this position for this one, but again, that would move that one away, which I don't want to do. The other choice is to roll this in, leave this here, have this one next. This yellow does just go past that red, but again, it's half pocket, so it's not easy. And anything slightly off straight makes that even harder. One sec. I think that is the percentage shot. Just land here, dead straight on this pretty much. Play that and then land here for a roll in on this to leave the cue ball here for the black in the middle. Ugh. So bad. Okay, so I'm meant to finish dead straight. Again, rolled an inch forwards. Too far. So I've just got to play this, stun up to this position and leave myself a little bit more distance on that yellow than I would have liked. Oh, that's fucking shit. Sorry. Oh, Jesus. Alright, so I now can't hold for this yellow into this pocket that way from here because I've run on too far from this yellow. So instead I've got to play this, try and nudge the red, leave myself here for this yellow, and then try and come off the cushion and land somewhere on the black. God, this is long-winded. And again, half a pocket. All I've got to do is leave the cue ball around here to have a cut on the black in the middle. knew I didn't like that shot at all. Awful. Right, let's go again. That's why you want to be straight on those ones. Frustrating. But anyway, we carry on. Again, apologies if you're someone who just wants to see me play. Obviously, I'm trying to get some clips from this and trying to get some videos, so that's why I'm like overly talking to the camera. Always wondered what the napped cloth or English pool tables play like in relation to a speed cloth, which is what you guys used. Very difficult to adjust unless you're someone like Chris Melling or Mark Selby. Yeah, speed cloth is, I forget the exact percentages, but it's how much synthetic versus wool. I believe that's right. Guys, a while since someone actually told me about all this. But yeah, basically a napped cloth has more wool in it than synthetic, and a speed cloth is pretty much all synthetic with a little bit of wool or something like that. But a speed cloth almost feels like, not like glass, but it's like smooth when you do this, and it's smooth when you do this. Whereas a napped cloth is smooth one way, and then it's rough the other way. So a snooker table is napped, for example. The cue ball just reacts a lot differently off of both types of cloth, so it is something that's very difficult to get used to. I won't be using this one, but with an American table, it's even harder to get used to the weight of the cue ball versus the English ball. I'll show you a difference between the two cue balls in a sec. All right, well, I put in the cue ball, so I'm just going to try and pot some balls here and use this as a bit of a practice. Try and go reds. Use my second red to break up that. Knowing I should leave that. Or just miss it altogether and start again. Right, let's start. Am I good at snooker? I used to play snooker when I was younger. Kind of gave up when I realised I wasn't good enough to be pro. So I played from the age of about 12 to 19. Had a few century breaks. But it's one of those games where it would take me 6 months now to get used to that game again. 6 months of playing like 4 hours a day probably, until I'm knocking in centuries on a snooker table. I'd be confident I could walk onto a snooker table tomorrow and get half century given about an hour, but it's a different story trying to get a full century on a snooker table. Okay, so we've got a pretty decent split here. What colour are you going, reds or yellows? I am 40 now. Old as fuck. Yeah, what colour are you going here, reds or yellows? This is the bad ball. How did you play that? Jeez. They're both horrendous. If you go yellows, this is your first yellow, which is easier than your first red, which is this red. The problem with reds is this ball. So if you play that, you've either got to play an exact sequence of this one followed by this one, which leaves you on this one as a cut to that corner. But I like playing that first as a double. The only issue is what ball am I going to be leaving myself if I double that into that middle. What I'm going to try and do is play this as a double into the middle. I'm going to try and screw into this yellow. If I hit it, great. If I miss it and I land there, even better, because I'll then be able to play this one, which leaves me ideally dead straight on this one, and that's what connects me to this one. I'll then from this one be able to hopefully screw back to here, play this one and finish with this one, and then maybe stun over here for the, and then maybe play for the black over to here in the same pocket. All about the double. If I get the double, there's a chance. please get these. This will be a great clearance. All right, so again, I want to be dead straight on this red into the corner next. And then from there, again, I want to screw back to here to leave myself this shot into the corner. Just quit on the cue ball. So, yeah, didn't really get through on the cue ball in that shot. So instead, I've got this shot next, which is going to bring me over to here. I'll then have the finish of the double first, leaving me here, before having this shot trying to stun into the yellow to leave the black into the corner. Oh, that's so bad. Fucking hell, that's awful. Oh, just quit on that last shot. Didn't get anything into it. Again, if you guys got any questions, best time to ask is when I'm at the table. Sorry, when I'm racking up the balls. It's proving a bit of a struggle today. Putting all right, just, yeah, a couple of wayward shots. Stop, how we doing, mate? Good to see you. Do I recommend getting a carbon cue? I mean, I personally prefer carbon now. I played with ash for 22 years, and I played with this cue and that cue for 15 minutes, and I switched. Oh, Christ, what do you even begin to do here? All right, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. It'll make a good video if I get it. Right, what would you guys do here? They're both a mess. Alright, so this is going to be a tough clearance for both colours based on this and this. Just looking at how more open the reds are, I'm likely going to go reds here. I don't know what is going to develop this red yet, but it will likely be this one to the middle trying to go into it. For now though, I'm going to use my first shot, this one, to develop the first problem, which is this. So if I play this into the corner, off the cushion and into that, I know I leave myself this in the corner and I'll go from there. Oh, this will be a miracle finish if I get it. Miracle first shot if I get it, to be fair. Well, that didn't really do anything good. Okay, so still in a little bit of bother. I've got to play this next, try and come off the cushion. If I can aim for this red, try and get it away and leave myself this shot, that would be great. Don't even know if I can create this angle. So shit. Alright, let's go again. It's a shame really, that would have been a fun one to try and get. Don't know about you guys, but when you take a few days off, what would you say is something that like goes for you? For me, it's confidence on long shots. Massively drops. Cut shots, yeah, it's a fair one. Try and change up the break, it's not really going great. Alright, let's go. Alright, fun. That was a double. All right. Okay, so looking at the layout here, I can't really go yellows based on this yellow, and this yellow. With reds, they're not great, but if I can develop this problem, then I've got a chance for clearance. My first shot's going to be this one, which leaves me here for this one. And I have to land from there over to here. If I can play that at this angle, then I'll be able to go into the red. And if I'm not on that red, on that shot, if I can leave the cue ball anywhere in this space, I'll at least have a shot on this ball and this ball. This is such a difficult shot. I hate these shots. I could just easily play that one and try and go straight into it, but I'm not going to because I've already spoken. Check side, I always hit these thick. That's my problem. And slow as well, even worse. Oh my God, it worked. Okay, so I'm not quite at an angle that I would like on this red, a little bit higher than I would have liked. So I'm a little bit higher on this red than I would have liked to have been here. But I can still play this. As long as I play it with topspin, I should be going into the red and not going straight in off. If I play it plain ball, I'm going to hit the red and go in the middle. So I've got to make sure I hit this above centre and just make sure of the pop. Oh, that couldn't have gone better. Come on. What do you do now, though? Got to try and get back. Okay, so I'm going to try and play this one into the corner, screw back to here, leave myself this shot on that red next. Try and go into the black. Again, I don't like playing this slow check side. The spin will take before it gets there. If I play it right hand side, I can go straight into the black and try and leave that. Let me just talk to the camera real quick. Right, so I've got two choices here. I can play this at speed, try and move the black, knowing I should be leaving myself this red into here, or a double on this red, worst case scenario. Or I play this slow with left hand side, come off the cushion and land here. The only issue with that and this cloth is the spin will typically take quite early, so it's very difficult to judge that when playing it slow. Can't play this plain ball. I have to play it aside. So I'm going to try and play this, and I'm going to try and move the black and leave myself that shot next. And again, worst case scenario, double on this red to here. Twat. How do you miss the black? Fuck's sake. It's such a nice finish. Anyway. Look, I'll show you. Let me try and recreate that shot, right? This is the problem with playing that shot with check side and playing it slow, is you're almost guaranteed. I'm effectively aiming to miss this red. Like, you're almost guaranteed for the side to take and it for hit it thick like that. So you have to pretty much aim to completely miss the red. Like that. Like, I still missed it. Like, my line there, if I play this plain ball, I'll show you the line. Right, let me line this up first with left hand side. Okay, now this is where I'm aiming. Completely missing the red. So it's so difficult to judge that when you're playing it slow. It's a little bit easier when you're playing it fast, even though I'm still not great at it. Or hard even. No, it's not. It's fucking impossible. All right, forget it. I hate check side. Anyway. That I would say is something that's very difficult to get used to between cloths, because the spin on a naps cloth it takes so much quicker than spin on a speed cloth. So when you go from American pool to English pool, the cue ball doesn't. The cue ball reacts a lot more to the cloth when you're playing on a naps cloth. All right, come on. Sorry guys on TikTok. Oh, bollocks to this. What a crap break. All right, let's go again. Try and get the front ball touching this time. Don't mind me asking how much for the table. The link to the table can be found in my bio. Is this English pool? Yes. Is there a size difference between English and American? Depends if you play on a bar box or a full-size American table. Alright, I'm going to try and get a clearance even though the black went in. The dimensions of this table 7 foot by 4 foot, so the same size as an American bar box table. So obviously the cue ball went down there on the break, but in international rules, in English pool, it comes back out onto its spot. And where I didn't pot a ball on the break with it, it would be my opponent's turn on the next shot. So just looking at the layout, so I'm going to come to the table as if I'm my opponent. Just looking at the layout here. Ow. I think I like leaving this as my last ball. Through this, if I can land anywhere on this line last, play that, hit this cushion and come up to roughly this area, or have the black into this corner. No, I won't. Doesn't even go. Does it? It does, but it's difficult to judge. Now, let me start this again. Let me just think, because I really want to make a video out of this. The problem I've got with yellows is landing on this one. You're probably going to have to do it from this, but then that can't go before this. Just give me 2 seconds. This one's spinning me a little bit. I can't top through from. I'd love to be able to top through from here to there. That's the shot. I don't think I can avoid the black playing that top with top spin. Oh, I really want to get a clearance. Okay, so my first 3 shots, I'm going to be going for this one into the corner, screw back to here, play this one next, try and hold for around this area for this ball, and then I'm going to figure out those. If I can't hold for this and I end up here, I'll be playing that ball next, try and develop these 3, try and pot all these 3, and then move up to this position finally for the yellow, in the middle of the black in the corner. Jesus. Now what? Now what? Goes just, that is difficult to land on. I've got to play for it though. Okay, so this yellow does go past this yellow into the corner, and if I can land on it from this ball, get to there and have it into the corner, the finish should be fairly straightforward. Come on, one good shot, please. From there, I'm going to pop this into the corner, leave myself how do you get from there? Leave myself roughly where the yellow is to have this ball into the corner next. Come on, one good shot. If I land perfectly though, I could be playing that on the next shot. Fuck. Man, half pockets are doing my head in at the minute. I'm hitting them so wide because I'm so worried about hitting the yellow. I'm missing them by 2 inches. Ridiculous. That would have been a good one as well because of the black on the break. Anyway. I think it's the 3rd time tonight I've missed because of the ball being covering half a pocket. So I've already said the pricing information on my table can be found in the link in my bio. It's roughly £1,700 to £1,800. I'm not sure exactly off the top of my head. Okay. Write in the chat what colour would you go here, reds or yellows? Jeez, they're both shit. Okay, so we're definitely going yellows here. All right, so, okay, welcome back. We're definitely going to be going yellows here. The reasons why we're not going to be going reds. This red is particularly difficult to land on. Also, this red doesn't pass this yellow into the corner, and then getting on this red will be difficult from there. With yellows, you've got this ball first. You can try and get over to here. Play this ball second, which gets you to here. Play this ball third, which gets you the easy yellow into the corner, which gets you here for this one into this corner, which gets you up here for this yellow to the middle, and then hopefully I'll have the angle to be able to hold for the black into the middle. It might be that from this yellow, if I don't leave a great angle on this yellow, that I have to go into that red and then pop the black. All right, come on, we need a good one. Let's make this, come on. Too straight. That's what I was worried about. That's what I was worried about. Fuck. Oh, it just makes this so difficult now. Okay, so where I wasn't able to get over to here for this yellow to be able to get over to here for this yellow, I'm now dead straight on this yellow. And it means that I've basically just got to roll it in, land here, and have that into the corner to leave myself here to play this one, which gets me here to play this one. That gets me here to play this one, and then find the gap for the black to go in the middle. This is such a difficult shot when you're not playing well. This is the hardest one out of all of them. Okay, so I don't think I can avoid the red by playing topspin with the angle that I've got. So what I've got, so this is actually going to help me out, hopefully, if I can hit the red with power with top. If I can hit the yellow with top spin and power, if I can hit the yellow hard with top spin, I should be flicking the red and sending it over to here. The cue ball should come over to here. And when I've got this pot, it means the red will be out of the way for the black to go into there. Come on, one good shot. Oh God, 2 inches more and that would have been fine. So I needed to be here for this yellow as a worst case scenario. The angle is much sharper than I wanted. But if I make the pot coming off the cushion, I'm probably going to be going towards this red and the black. I'm relying on luck basically to end up with any kind of shot on the black, but I'm just putting all my focus into the pot. That yellow doesn't double past that red, unfortunately. So much harder shot than it should have been. This is not easy. Again, the red is blocking some of the pocket, which means it's difficult. And the red is covering about a quarter of the pocket here. The black should go off if it just flicks it, but if I hit it too full, but if I hit the red full with the black, it's going to hit this jaw and miss. So just got to be careful with this one. Definitely going to be cutting that spiel out at the start there. All right, we got there. That looked like it was going to miss if I hit the red any fuller than that. So cool. All right, we got there. Any questions again, guys? Now is the time to ask. I think that might be the first clearance of the day, actually. It was not a bad one, to be fair. What minute was it? 53. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Our show was brilliant. Thanks, mate. Calvinator, appreciate the gifts on TikTok, buddy. Legend. So I'm live on TikTok and YouTube at opposite ends of the table today. So if you want to watch from this end, go on YouTube. If you want to watch from that end, go on TikTok. There's music playing down this end as well. All right, what are you doing here, reds or yellows? Write it in the chat. Wow. This is like a practice routine one, but like a difficult practice routine. It's certainly not dotted art. Okay, we're definitely going yellows. Just don't like playing this first, because then I'm stranding this yellow. Ideally you go this one, to this one, to this one, to the black in the middle, which would mean this is your first ball, which I hate. That's not a great first shot at all. Okay, we can do this another way. Okay, right, so again, action. Right, so we can't go reds here. Basically, this red is just too difficult to land on. Basically, they don't really connect well with where the black and these, basically they don't really connect well. You could play this one first, followed by this one, but you're kind of running into trouble from there, and it's very difficult to join these reds together. With yellows, a lot of people will probably play this one first, but I don't really want to strand this yellow. This is my hardest yellow, and it connects nicely to that. So if I play that first and I end up over here, I've got a relatively difficult yellow there, and it's not really getting me on anything. So what I'm going to try and do is play this one first. If I can get into this position and play that one next, or this one, if I go too far, then I'll be able to play this one, which connects me to this one. Either if I've got an angle like that, then I should be able to play off the cushion and come into a position like this to have that yellow in this corner, or I play in the middle. From that yellow, I've then got this yellow, I've then got this yellow, and then finally this yellow, which leaves me the black in the middle. This is not good. It's the first shot. This has to be rolled in. With the angle. Wow, parallel JP, saw that in the corner of my eye. Thanks so much, mate. Very much appreciated. That's the first time anyone's done that in months. Really appreciated. And my next yellow, actually, instead of playing to the middle because I'm going towards the black, isn't going to leave me a good angle on it. Right, if I try and play this yellow into the middle and go into the black, there's a chance that I cover this yellow, which I don't want to do. So instead I'm going to play this yellow to the corner, come off the cushion, land here, and have that into the corner next. Straight. I wanted to be I wanted to be a little bit further over to the left for this yellow. Instead, the angle that I've kind of got to play this with loads of topspin, hit this cushion with the cue ball into this cushion, and then come back out here for this yellow next. The other option is play that with backspin and try and find this position for the yellow if I'm more confident with that. In fact, I'm actually going to do that because if I miss, I'm actually going to play that because if I overhit it, I should be landing on this yellow. But I'm ideally trying to land in this position for this yellow to the middle. This isn't the right shot, but it's one I'm more confident with. Now from there, I just got to play this into the middle, come over to this cushion, go back through this gap, and if I can land there, I'll have this one, then that one, then the black in the middle. Wow, that was bad. Wow, what a bad shot. What'd you do here? Didn't get anything into that. That's terrible. Play a cross double on this yellow. Back double. Yeah, it's there. If I can make it, it's there. Okay, so I didn't get as much backspin as I would have liked on the cue ball there to go back up the table. Instead, where I've gone into this red, I've left myself a tough shot on this yellow. And instead now I've just got to play it with a bit of topspin, come off this cushion to here, leave a back double on this yellow. And depending on the angle I've got on that yellow, I'll come off this cushion, either leave the black into the middle or into the corner. Oh, please go in. It'll be a very nice one if I get it. Fuck's sake, where's the cue ball? That is so bad. Anyway, we go again. Another tough finish. All right, come on, positive. Positive thinking. Doing too much in these frames. Admittedly, if I was playing a match, would I be going for the finishes in half of the frames that I've tried to? Maybe not. But JP asked a question with the super chat. His question was, what is the name of the cue? Sorry, I didn't see that, JP. I just saw it come up, my bad. JP, the name of the cue is, it's a Go Customs carbon fibre cue from Go Customs. The link to it is in my bio. So for more information on like pricing, the options in terms of sizing, it's fully custom. So this is my custom American pool cue, which I use for 9-ball, and I use it to break an English pool. And this is my custom English 8-ball cue. And yeah, the pricing and everything like that is in my bio. So I missed that before. See how I don't often get the whatever the gifts and that on there, so I appreciate it. Okay, what are we doing? Reds or yellows? Another difficult one. Another difficult finish. Both tough. I think yellows are easier to develop other yellows than the reds are. It's what you do first shot on yellows. Okay, so we've got a very similar problem here with these two balls. We've got to figure out a way to try and develop these yellows if we go yellows, and then we've got to figure out a way to develop those reds if we go reds. This is an easier ball to develop those two reds coming off the cushion, putting it into the middle, coming off the cushion and breaking them up. The only issue is these two reds are going to be particularly difficult. With yellows, if you play that one with backspin, it's not an amazing angle. You're probably going to come into the reds, you're probably going to come into the yellows this way, and the cue ball could easily go in off. But that is an easier yellow to develop that problem yellow. I do think though that the risk of playing that and trying to develop these of going in off is higher than is higher and harder shot in general than playing that into the cushion to break those two out. So we're going to play that and then hopefully be able to develop these reds at a later date. What am I doing, man? What am I doing? Alright, I just want a dot-to-dot finish. Just want content at the end of the day. For those of you who want to see the finished product from these videos, by the way, be sure to check out my short form content on YouTube and TikTok, and also Facebook and Instagram. I want one break, which is perfect. Please. Dry breaks I'm getting today, man. It's crazy. And again, it's a tough finish on either ball. What do you even begin to do with yep? What do you do with either? Like reds, that red, like yellows for that yellow. I don't like yellows for the black, that's what I don't like. Okay, so we've kind of got to go yellows here. The reasons why I can't go reds is this red is particularly difficult to land on, and also this red. I just think the finish of those two, and potentially, I think the finish of these three and the black is going to be harder than the yellows in general. Yes, the black is tied up with the yellows, but I should be able to develop it from one of these four. The issue with yellows is that I've got to get to here at some point, so I've got to try and figure out which ball I'm going to do that from. I'm not too worried about it now, but I'm going to want to do it in a couple of shots time, ideally. This is not the best angle for this. It's just not a good angle at all. Sorry, 2 seconds. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to play this yellow first, because I don't like the angle that I've got on this yellow. it's taking me into this yellow and it's difficult to get into a position to break up the black. So I'm going to play that with topspin. This yellow is going to move towards this red, which should be fine because it should push the red away. If the cue ball can go there though, I've got a much better angle on this yellow to then be able to try and land on these yellows. And from there I can just leave the cue ball, and from there I can bring the cue ball back an inch to leave myself this yellow next. No, don't like that yet. Why am I doing this today? What am I doing? Terrible. Alright, so I decelerated on that yellow. Meant to hold the cue ball for here, but just didn't time it well at all. So I've got to play this yellow next. Fucking hell, this is going to be just completely hit and hope, really. The problem with the problem I've got with this angle is that with topspin I'm just going straight into this red, and I'm going to be leaving the cue ball where the red is. No shot on that yellow and a difficult shot on this yellow. Instead, what I'm actually going to try and do is play this yellow off the edge of the red. Instead, what I'm going to try and do is play this yellow directly into the edge of the yellow here. What that should do is this yellow then should go in that corner. This yellow should hit the cushion and hit this red and move it. And my cue ball, instead of going towards the red, is kind of going in this direction. So I should be able to leave the cue ball roughly here, and that yellow should be roughly where the red is. I then play that and I move up table for the last 3 yellows. This is like a 1 in 100 shot right now. And that's where I'm aiming. One in a thousand the way I'm playing. Fucking hell. Tragic. Alright. Anyone else? I've had 1 clearance in an hour. Oh, that's tragic. Anyway. We continue. One of these breaks are going to be bang on in a minute. Try and put a ball on one, that'd be great. Okay. Okay, come on. All right, we finally got a break, which, although isn't mega dot to dot, it's easier than any other break we've had today. So kind of got to go yellows here, I think. Yeah. First shot is to try and move that red, right? So we're going yellows. Let's get a finish. Okay, so looking at the layout here, we can't really go reds based on the first ball. I could pop that into the corner, but there's no real value in that. This red doesn't go into this corner or this corner, so I'd have to try and move it. With yellows, my first shot, this one, natural angle, takes me into that red, leaves me here for this ball. From there, I try and get up to here for this ball into the corner. Which leaves me a couple of choices. I could play this one, followed by this one, followed by this one, followed by the black. That personally is the best choice because getting from that ball to that ball is easier than getting to the black from, say, this ball. However, another option could be this one. However, another option could be that one. Come up to here, play that one. Come over to here, play this one, which leaves me the finish of this one and this one, and that gets me up to a position like this for the black. So it'll be one of those two options. I'm going to miss this first ball now after chatting all that. Just push the red nowhere near the black. Tell when someone's not playing with any confidence whatsoever, eh? Alright, so I didn't hit the red as full as I wanted to there. So now I've got to play this with check side. Again, get up to this position. I'm going to have the finish of this one, this one, this one, that one, and then over here for the black. Finally. Oh, I think that's two. Or was that 72? Jesus. Where did you get your cue? Loads of people asked me about my cue tonight. It's from Go Customs. The link to it is in my bio. So I'll tell you the story of my cue. My cues. Let's give you the story. So I've now been on apps doing social media for 4 years. For my 18th birthday, I was given as a birthday present this cue. It's a Q-Craft Phoenix. I haven't taken it out of its case for. Case just fell on the floor. That feels so weird. So I haven't taken this out of its case for months. But that is my original cue. I used that from the age of 18 to about the age of 39, basically. So 21 years. A friend of mine let me borrow his cue, which was this cue, which is identical. The cue that he let me use was identical to this one. And I used it for 15 minutes and was sold. And I haven't used this since. And I used this for 22 years. And now I've got the break cue equivalent, so I can go from 9-ball to English pool easily. And it's so much better than this. Not that this is a bad cue, I was just used to that cue. So that's going back in its case, where the dust shall gather. But I'll never get rid of this cue because it's, well, basically 22 years of my pool where I learned to play the game. So, yeah. But now I play with these two cues and they're great. Back of the shirt, nice. Yeah, the shirts are going to be available soon. We've got some merch coming out, so stay tuned. Do you play for any clubs? Not at the moment, I did, but not at the moment. I live in Southampton. I just play for fun now and I kind of travel around just playing at different venues. I'd say that was probably the best break of the day, so that's a bit frustrating. What colour would you go here, reds or yellows? Write it in the chat. Oh, there's a real dot-to-dot finish here. We can get this, come on. Okay, so we're definitely going yellows in this situation. There is a dot to dot finish, which leaves this as my last yellow and the black into the middle. So my first shot's going to be this one, come up to here, play this ball second, which leaves me here for this, ball third. That leaves me here for this ball fourth, which gets me over to here for this ball fifth. Oh. No, doesn't make sense. Yeah, which gets me here for this ball fifth. That gets me here for this ball sixth, which leaves me here for this yellow, come off 2 cushions, and then land on the black into the middle. Some people will probably go from this ball to this ball. No, what am I doing? Right, start again. Sorry, I've got to start again because that's all bollocks. I've got to change it. Okay, so we've got a dot to dot finish on yellows here. The reasons why we wouldn't go red, this red is just particularly difficult and they don't easily connect to each other. With the yellows, there is a dot to dot finish. You play this one first, get up to here, play this one second. That gets you here for this one third, which gets you here for this one fourth. That gets you here for this one fifth, which gets you off the cushion for this one sixth. That leaves you here for a roll in down the rail, and the cue ball is where this yellow is for the black in the middle. All right, come on, please work. Need this video. Fucking hate these tables. Right, well I'm counting that one went in, but unfortunately Supremes bounce out all the time. Moral of the story, get yourself a ras on. That'll make a nice video, to be fair. Okay, one sec. Just got to jot down the times for these clearances so it becomes easy to edit. Thinking to get a ras on. I mean, I would get a ras on, yeah. We'll see. Go here. You can't go yellows. Alright, we're going reds, but no easy first red. Annoying mate. Okay, so we can't go yellows here. I don't have a yellow to go for first. That is obviously too difficult, and that yellow also doesn't go into this corner. So my first shot's going to be this red. If I can avoid that red and land here, that would be ideal. I can play this one next. That would actually leave me on my worst ball on the table, which is this one into the middle. And then if I can get forwards enough to be able to play this one in the middle, I'll play that, followed by that, and then likely finish with either this red over to here for the black, or this red screw back to here, black doubled into this middle pocket. I'm chatting as if I'm going to make this red. This is very difficult. Yeah, that was a very difficult shot. It was wishful thinking. Okay, let's go again. Jesus. Okay, well, we're going yellows. I know that already. Okay, so we're definitely going yellows. Right, let's start here. Turn that music down a bit. Okay, so we're definitely going yellows here. Obviously the issue with yellows is this ball, how do you develop it? Obviously the issue with yellows is this ball and when do you develop it? A lot of people will probably land at this side of this yellow to go into it that way. But I personally prefer landing in this angle for the yellow because I can hit that a lot harder and get that yellow moving a lot more. So what I'm going to do is play this one first, get myself over to, hang on. So what I'm going to do is play this yellow first into the corner, come over to here, have this yellow second. If I've got a good angle on this to play this one followed by that one, then I will. But if I don't and I'm this side of this yellow, I'll play this one first. And then either use this one or this one to get me into a position to play that and break out that yellow. Ideally, once I've broken that yellow out, I haven't already played this ball because that's going to be my easiest shot if my cue ball is in this position. Come on, just make it one shot, please. Okay, so I'm wrong side of this yellow. I can't land on this yellow from it, so instead I'm going to topspin through, leave myself here for this. That's what gets me the angle on this yellow to break that out, and again leaves me that ball. Of course it goes on the cushion. Jesus. Okay, so now the finish becomes this one off here and land ideally here for this ball, which gets me over here for this ball, which gets me over here for the black in the corner. I give this a 1 in 20 chance of happening. Especially when you hit it at that speed. Jesus Christ. That's bad. Okay, so obviously didn't get into the cue ball enough to be able to play for this position. So instead I've got to play this ball next, try and get over to here. That leaves me on this ball, which leaves me here for this ball in the middle. Go straight into this red with this shot. video, which is nice. I'll take that. What time was that? 86. Okay, we'll try and get one more video. When I used to play, I could pull the 8-ball in the right hand pocket on the break and make it nice. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. What size table? It is a 7 foot by 4 foot full size English 8-ball table. Do I use a ghost ball when aiming? No. But I would recommend learning that if you've never played before. These dry breaks, man. Right, what would you guys do, reds or yellows? I'll give you a clue. It's not yellows. Okay, so looking at the layout here, you can't really go yellows. This yellow doesn't pass this red into the corner. With reds, it's a case of making a good first shot here. If I can make that ball and get through this gap and land here, I'll be on this red into the corner. Which hopefully I've got an angle or dead, which hopefully I'm either dead straight or I've got an angle on that to be able to get straight on this red. That then gets me straight on this red, which gets me here for this red. That gets me over here, probably use the yellow as a guide. Play this red into the middle, followed by this red into the corner, followed by black into the corner, or play black, red, or from this third to last shot land here, play this one first, and then either that one there or here, followed by the black into the corner. It's all about the first shot. Make the first shot, you've got a chance. What is that? That's so bad. Oh, it was a dot-to-dot finish otherwise. Just needed to be there. All right, so where I haven't run on far enough for this red, I'm actually going to play this and I'm going to try and find this gap. And if I can land here, I'll have a choice of this one or this one next. Likelihood is I'll play this one here, followed by this one, followed by this one, followed by the black. So where I flip that red, I have to play it now. So I've got to play it to come back to here to play that red next. No, I don't. Can I play that there? No. So where I've landed on this red, so where I've moved that red towards this yellow, I have to play it now, try and get back to ideally here, play this one with either spin to get me into this position or checks with either left hand side to get me out to here for this, or check side to get me here for this last. Don't love it. I could play that to the corner, but I'm not too fucking hell. I could play this to the corner, but I'm not too confident on where that yellow is. I could easily hit it. So instead, what I'm going to try and do is land here for this red into this middle. If I end up short, I'm on it into that corner. And I just have to roll forward a few inches to here to leave it into this corner. That'll do. Right. That's enough clearances for the day. That's 5 videos, which will be nice to have and post. So if you want to see those clearances back, be sure to sub to my YouTube channel and you'll see them. What am I doing? What do you guys want to see next? Write it in the chat. Do you want to see a drill? Do you want to see what? For an hour and a half, it's gone. Feels like it's gone quite quick today. Normally it feels it's slower when I'm not doing very well. Anything you guys want to see in particular? All right, let's try and get a full table clearance in less than a minute. And I'll post this if I get it. So all of the reds followed by all of the yellows and then the black, or vice versa. Let's just turn that off for a bit. All in under a minute. Just go in. Dilly-dallying on the reds there at the start. Shouldn't have been taking that long. If someone wants to time this to let me know if I do it in under a minute, that would be amazing. Yeah, I'm trying to get all of one colour, all of the other colour, then the black in less than a minute. All from the basically when I hit the brake. If I foul brake, I start again. going, keep going. Oh my fucking god. How's that not gone in? What would that have been? Was anyone timing that? We're making the 8-ball in the corner, I would aim at the second ball. Yeah, I know what you mean. Because I'm trying to do it in under a minute, mate. That's why I'm upset. Yeah, I do know what you mean. A lot of players try and do that on the Ultimate Pool Tour now because the golden breaks on televised tournaments is a thing. But the black going down in pool is not a thing when you're playing at any level, unless it's televised tournaments with Ultimate Pool. Let's just straighten up this rack a little bit. Right, come on, minute. Someone time it. Fuck, I would have been on that yellow as well. Ugh. Come on. Couldn't fucking hit it. Oh my god, that's annoying. They were easy if I get that. I was just snookered by that yellow, I had to swerve it. Annoying. Let's keep going. attacking God. Alright, I'll give up with that. Let's try the infamous 45 ball drill, which I've tried recently, but I've got nowhere near. So let's try it again. The last time I tried this, I was rubbish. I think I got 8 balls. Pipe down, Robert. I know why I miss them. I miss them because I'm playing at 100 miles an hour. Regardless of whether a ball is easy or not, if you're playing pool at a speed where you're running a 100-metre sprint, you're probably going to miss some balls. I appreciate the feedback though. Okay, so the rules of this drill, you're not allowed to hit any other balls with a cue ball. I'm rubbish at it, but I'll give it a go for a laugh. Yeah, you're not allowed to hit any other balls, you're not allowed to double any balls. You watch 1,000 people join on TikTok because of this drill. If you're sure to boost your numbers up, this is the drill to do it. But I hate it because it's so difficult. Why is that there? Okay, let's give this a go. No real strategy, no real hope, but we'll give it a go. Didn't touch that red, but it might as well have. Play the middle now. No. Ugh, yuck. So you start again because I moved into the other balls. Wasn't a bad start actually. I'll take 6 balls for go number 1. Normally it's 2. Let's get some tunes on TikTok. Oh, go in. That's the ball. If I get that, there's a chance of doing 20. Come on. That was a good chance of doing something. Wow, that's a good start. Okay, come on. Cool. Should not have been playing that ball then. Hope everyone's good. I'm actually feeling much better with this drill than I was the other day when I tried it for the first time in ages. But it's still nowhere near as easy as people make it out. So yeah, rules are you can't touch any ball when you're playing with a cue ball, and you can't double balls. And you can't play plants also. Wow, what a shot. That's awful. I mean, this doesn't go in a million years, but we'll give it a go. Not even a plant, no. No plants. Come on. I want at least 20 balls. 20 and I'll probably quit when I mess up. If I mess up. Yeah, I had to swerve around balls. Not ideal. I might even settle for 5 balls at this rate. It's one of those that once your concentration goes, you might as well just give up. Come on. Wow, what a shot. Yeah, I can play. Got the yellow to the middle, but it doesn't really lead to anything at all. It's probably just going to be a quit early again scenario. Fuck off. Aiming for that gap. Didn't put any side on it in the end. All right. Let's try again. mean, I didn't hit that yellow, but I might as well have. It's not on anything. Start again. Yeah, so you have to put all of the balls without touching another ball, and you're not allowed to double any balls or plant any balls. So it's pretty common. This is like the hardest drill you can do in English pool. Shots in the middle. I just can't play any concentration. Right, I'll give it 5 more goes maybe, but I might as well just make it 1 more. I just have no timing on any kind of stun shots. It's all guesswork at the minute. Oh dear. That's my fucking table for you. Unbelievable. Give me a brand new speed cloth. Although on a speed cloth I'd struggle massively with this. Having a slow cloth actually helps 90% of the time, but shots like that, we've got to really kill the speed. Yeah, maybe I should have ironed the table again before this. Told you the viewers would go up though. 1,300 on TikTok. Oh, he's selling on every single shot like that. It's about the 4th time I've done it from that ball and hit that exact yellow. Just killing the speed. Alright, come on. I at least want to get 20 balls. Same shot. I don't think I can even avoid the contact. I couldn't really play it any harder, any softer. Alright, come on, 20 balls. If I can get past the first 6, should get 20. shot again because I missed it 3 times in a row. I had this situation not too long ago, exactly the same scenario, where I have to play this red. Don't like any of the shots right now. Play that. No, I'm not gonna. I'll probably pot it, but I'm probably gonna hit something from it. I think I can hold the cue ball. Problem with this shot is what am I leaving myself? Oh dear. I'm on this yellow, but again, what is that leaving me? Nothing. Jeez. An awful leave. I have to try and swerve to play this. That is no good. I've got to try and swerve to play that. Hope I'm on something. I don't think I do need to swerve it. It's just I'm going to be leaving this. Or hopefully this. Same position I was in earlier. Don't think I can hold to miss the pink here. I'll try. Yeah. I mean, that was better. What did I get? I've got 14, so it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. We go again. Be sure to hit that follow button on TikTok if you're watching on there. Sub button on YouTube if you're watching on there. If you're on TikTok and you want to see from this camera up here at this angle, then go and sub to my YouTube channel. in the link in my bio. Christ. Yeah, that's what you get. Alright, come on. Oh, I fucking missed the yellow reds as well. I didn't think I could miss those. That's annoying. No. Fuck's sakes. Fucking shit. I just want one good chance. One good chance, come on. Didn't touch that yellow, unless it's touching ball, which is not, and it definitely didn't touch it. Fucking hell. I'll keep going, but it's one of those that once you lose focus, you're just going through the motions. And it becomes almost impossible to clear, but we'll keep going. What am I doing deselling on that shot? I've done it 5 times now. That's so annoying. 5 times I've desold on that exact shot and hit that exact yellow. This is not the drill to be doing if you want to build confidence, by the way. Far from it. It's the same 3 balls. Been stuck on these 3 for about half an hour. That's it. Done it 6 times. 6 times. Every single time I'm like, right, don't decelerate on this shot, and I'm decelerating. It's in my head now, it's a mental block. I'll give it 3 more tries because at this point it's becoming no fun for anyone. Same ball. Done it again. I don't know what I'm doing in my head. I have no clue how to hit this ball to stop it from doing this. It's been the same shot for the last 4 goes. It's messed me up. I just have forgotten how to hit the ball. So bad. I'll change it up. I'm going to go for a different route. It's just in my head. Absolutely in my head. Let's go this way. Change it up a little bit. Swerve, surely not. Okay, can we all admit that that yellow is not touching that cushion? Because it's not, and it's blocking my fucking yellow. Oh, that's so irritating. I should have pushed that away from there. I'll take that as a recovery shot though. What have I done there? What have I done there? Anywhere but there. Same shot. It's the same shot I've had down there and messed up 5 times. That's going into there. Gotta try and play it. I was going to get a better chance than that tonight. Oh, shock. Alright, so the change of route helped, so I'm going to give that another go. Fucking hate that rail. Oh, come on. So for anyone who's just joined, I'm trying to pot all 45 balls without hitting another ball. You're not allowed to double anything or bank anything, and you're not allowed to plant anything. What's my record? I've had 36, I think, or 38. No, that was when I last did this, which was like 2 years ago. It's hard when you cut it and it doesn't go into a... How does that not go in? Oh. So the problem I've got is I've set these colours too close. See the bottom cushion. That's better. There's a little bit of space. Wow, 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 that's so easy. Come on. Right, focus. Been doing this for about an hour now and I've made 14, I think. The highest. I'm just rushing now, and that's what you do not want to do on this drill. Don't want to be rushing at all. Slow it down. I'm not on this red. It's so bad. Cannot ever remember doing this drill and having all 6 corners and all 6 pockets cleared. Got to make the most of this now, come on. What is that? Fucking cunt. Sorry, language. Oh, what was that shot before? That was the perfect setup. I've never had 6 pockets cleared like that. That was the one. If I'm ever going to do it, it's going to be that. In fact, maybe that's what I've got to try and aim for. I've got to try and aim for, to try and clear all 6. All 6 pockets. It opens up the table so much more. I'm going to try and do that on this time. See if I can do it again. was an easy, should have had 25 there, no problem. Okay, I've just got to figure out how I can get, what's my ball, onto there. Okay, let's see if I can get all 6 cleared again. If I can, that's the route. Well, not from this shot, I can't. Start that again. Can't hit it. Prick. Hit the black. Hit the black anyway. Oh, that's annoying. Rushing now. Rushing, trying to get all 6 balls potted. I think I can see it again. I've left the same shot. Oh man, this is so annoying. All right, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna give it another few more goes, probably 10 more goes. Fuck's sake. All right, I'm just gonna help myself a little bit. Shh, don't tell anyone. How long have you tried? I mean, I used to try and do it all the time about 2 years ago, and I haven't done it. I did it first time for 2 years the other day. Best I've ever done is like 36, 37, 38, something like that. It's 40. There's 45 in total. Why am I doing that? Why am I just hitting it straight into the black and giving myself a chance? Maybe if I do it as fast as I can. Just, no, don't do it as fast as you can. That's not the way. That's not the way to do it. Same thing 3 times in a row. Like banging your head against the wall. What am I doing? Come on. If I completed it, no. Oh, fuck off. But it has been done. I think probably the only person to ever do it is Mark Boyle, IPA professional, on his Supreme winner. What is this shit that I'm listening to? You've got to be hitting that harder. Not on this fucking red. Is it easier or harder on? Yeah, I've got a YouTube channel. Be sure to sub to it. The link to it's in my bio. It's called Attacking8Ball. I'm live on YouTube right now from the opposite end of the table to TikTok. Is it easier on snooker table? I mean, you've got harder pots because they're like, you know, rail shots on a snooker table aren't exactly easy, but you have more space, so that's what's easier on a snooker table. Whereas the easier thing with this is potting balls in general. It's just the cue ball control is so difficult because it's so small. We all agree I put that red in such a terrible position. Jesus. Oh, that's handy. What is this? I play this so slow. Jeez. Oh, wow. Alright, well, I don't care. Oh, I can't move it now because I've started. Shouldn't be in the jaws. What a dick. Fucking get that out of the jaws. Cheers, mate. You too. Have a good one. All right, come on now. I might be calling it a day soon. It's doing my head in. It's how delicate these first 6 shots have to be. I just don't have it at the moment. I don't really know how hard to hit the ball. Timing is all over the place. Just want one more run of at least 10. Come on. What is that shit? All right, last one. Giving up after this. Give it another go another time. Gonna have to give up, mate. I can't pot easy balls over pockets at the moment. Right, let's get more than 3, and I'll quit. Table is just too fucking slow. I mean, that's crap anyway, but yeah. Alright, I think that's it. I'll give it one last go and then I am absolutely done. Let's get on that ball from that ball, that's what I want to do. Shot. This goes. Tell you what, it's a million miles off. Oh, I'll give up. Let's try and do this. These colours. I'm not allowed to touch a cushion with the cue ball, and I've got to do it in less than 2 minutes. Someone time it if you want. Wow. Oh shit. I mean, I've given up anyway, but hey ho, we'll still carry on. Nice. I'll put these last ones. I'll try and put these last ones with no hand on the table. Nice. Shot. Oh god, I can't even get the cue ball out. There's too many balls on the table. Just sit on the floor. Middle. Corner then. Corner then. Alright, let's go. Anyway. Alright, that's it for me today. Sorry I wasn't more energetic and entertaining there at the end. I just lost all focus, unfortunately. And I now need to go to bed. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. Be sure to hit that sub button on my YouTube channel, that follow button on TikTok. It should be going in. I'm going to pack away though. I will do eventually. I'm sure I'll get it eventually. Dale, appreciate that, Billy. Cheers, Craig. Yeah, guys on TikTok, if you haven't subbed to my YouTube channel, that's where all the best content is. I'm going to be eventually stopping my live streams on TikTok and focusing on YouTube and one other platform, I think. But TikTok's not where it's at the minute. Unfortunately, it's gone off a cliff in the last 6 months. So be sure to hit that sub button on TikTok. Guys on YouTube, thanks for subbing. Appreciate you watching. Have a good rest of your evening. And I will see you on the next one.